Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, and SHOPO, Hawaii's Police Officers Union. Tonight on OC16, we kick it with the OIA Boys Soccer Championships. When the regular season began back on the first week of December, who knew this would be one of the tightest, most competitive seasons ever? So you see, in the league format now, white division teams play against each other and their red division members. Out of that crucible, win-loss records against only white member teams provide the seeding for their playoffs. So these final two teams standing now are thoroughly tested and ready to claim a white championship title. So without further ado, it's time to settle league bragging rights and a higher seat for the upcoming state tournament. This is the best of boys prep soccer. It's live, it's in high definition, and it's found exclusively on OC16 Oceanic Time Warner Cable.
It is a hazy late afternoon in Hawaii Kai, but there is no rain and there is no wind right now. Game one of our OIA Boys Soccer Championship doubleheader, top-seeded Kalaheo and Farrington. And good afternoon and good evening, everyone. I'm Jack Weirse, along with Brett Murakami, welcoming you to our continuing coverage of championship sports right here on OC16. Farrington and Kalaheo. First of all, good matchups?
It's going to be a great evening, I think, of good soccer.
Okay, let's take a look at, first of all, in our first game, how they got here. First of all, for Farrington, they had to squeeze by Waipahu in an overtime game, and then they rolled past Waianae. A bit of a surprise how easy that was, but they played what they say was their best game of the year. Kalaheo, the number one seed, and they have played outstanding all season long, first round bye, and they have steamrolled McKinley in the semifinals to come in here with a good head of steam. Now, for both of these teams, for Farrington, first of all, when we talk about Farrington, who are we going to be looking at and the keys to the game?
I think tonight we're going to be watching junior Jansen Wong, as he's been a huge factor for the Farrington Governors. He scored 2 of his 6 goals in the playoffs, one in the overtime victory against Waipahu, and one against Waianae in the semifinals. So let's see if Jansen Wong can hook one up tonight.
John Nakagawa of Kalaheo likes the balance of his team from top to bottom, but he's got a couple of great goal scorers right off the forward position.
Yeah, the Kalaheo Mustangs got senior forward Cody Inagaki, as he's been the leading goal scorer in the OIA White this year. He's got 13 goals in the regular season and 3 goals coming in the semifinals against McKinley. So let's watch out for Cody tonight.
Okay, just getting started. When we come back, we'll be introduced to both of these teams, and we'll meet the third member of our broadcast team, Felipe Ohastro. When we come back, stay tuned. We are back here at Kaiser High School. Time now to meet the starting lineups of our white championship game, and we toss things over to our public address announcer, Bryce Kanashiro. Bryce?
Good evening, soccer fans, and welcome to the final day of the OIA tournament. Tonight's White Division Championship match features 2 teams from the OIA East, the Farrington Governors and the Kalaheo Mustangs. First, your officials for tonight's game. Center official Paul Kian, AR1 Gerard Thomas, AR2 Jake Gum, and fourth official Charlie Kuehu. And now your starting lineup for the Farrington Governors. Number 1, junior Din Tai Ong. Number 5, a senior Kelly Asperas. Number 7, a junior Brandon Liu. Number 8, a senior Bill Adona. Number 10, a junior, Jansen Wong. Number 11, a senior, Eric Arzaga. Number 17, a senior, John Caridad. Number 21, a senior, Lawrence Miley Oy. Number 22, a senior, Justin Tamashiro. Number 25, a senior, Makana Parker. Starting in the goal for the Governors, number 91, a sophomore, John Reyes. Co-head coaches for the Governors, David Chatterjee and Jeremy Seitz. And now your starting lineup for the Kalaheo Mustangs. First, number 3, a senior, Koi Dang. Starting the goal, goalkeeper, 00, Jack Bell. Number 9, a sophomore, Jonah Felipe. Number 10, a senior, Cody Inagaki. Number 11, a senior, Nick Vanderkamp. Number 12, a junior, Tyler Williams. Number 14, a senior, Reese DeMello. Number 17, a senior, Roland Barshell. Number 18, a junior, Sean Paulin. Number 21, a junior, Chandler Rock. Number 24, senior, Justin Weber. And the head coach for the Kalaheo Mustangs, John Nakagawa.
There's our starting lineups, and now it's time to meet the third member of our broadcast team down on the field, which is a topic that we'll be exploring throughout the night, I am sure, because the field is, as you can see, has some interesting configurations, and we'll talk about why that is so a little bit later. But first, let's meet Felipe Ojastro. Hello, Felipe.
Hey, good to see you, Jack. Good to see you, Brent. I got your field report down here. First for the Mustangs for Kalaheo. It's been 15 years since they captured an OIA white championship, and I spoke with head coach John Nakagawa, and he said that on the bus, the team seemed pretty calm. Everyone seemed pretty focused, and he emphasized 3 key parts on the bus. 1, play fast. 2, match the intensity of Farrington. And 3, just finish strong. If they can accomplish all 3 of those aspects in this game, then it should be a good one here tonight for Kalaheo. Now, for the Governors, I spoke with head coach David Chatterjee, and he said that this has been an auspicious start to the season. Just before the beginning of the year, about 40% of his players couldn't even get the medical forms ready to be eligible to play this season, and they have rallied off huge upset wins. They have caught hot at the right time, and he says that if this team can play loose, play physical, and dictate the tempo here tonight, then Farrington can capture their first OIA white championship in school history. That's it from down here. Should be a fun one, guys. Let's go back up to you, Jack.
Thanks, Felipe. Well, it's also interesting, Farrington that has lost to Kalaheo 4-0, 4-0 earlier in the season, and David Chatterjee says this is a little bit of a scary matchup. He believes that Kalaheo could be playing head-to-head with anybody, and that includes the 2 combatants for the Red Championship a little bit later on tonight. Time now for a little team comparison. What do you make of that, partner?
Well, I think you're looking at Kalaheo, who scored a bunch of goals in regular season play, and they are allowing less than 1 goal a game in the playoffs. So it's gonna be a good shootout, I think, here tonight.
John Nakagawa likes to assess and have his team kind of probe and decipher what the other team is doing, and it's kind of like a take what they give you sort of mentality.
Yeah, I think Kalaheo's, I want to say maybe a little more experienced in the sense that they've got to win some good games in the OIA regular season. So maybe the experience level is a little bit more favored on the Kalaheo side. So I think let's look for Kalaheo to kind of dictate the game today and let Farrington sort of figure it out.
We saw moments ago Justin Weber, a defender for Kalaheo, number 24 in the white. And he has been nominated by his congressman for an appointment to the Air Force Academy, waiting on that possibility. There's actually several that are up for appointments in this game. And those are very precious. Now working it side to side, Roland Bargil, number 17 for Kalaheo. Interesting story there. I'll tell you a little bit about that. His father is from France and is an official who, because both of his children are playing high school soccer, is not officiating this year.
That's interesting. And France is a powerhouse in soccer worldwide, so let's see, he should have some good soccer experience.
Throwing it towards the middle. There's shot. It goes wide. That was Nick Vanderkamp. Regular season meeting goals by two of them by Inagaki, Tyler Williams and Chandler Roth. 4-0. Kalaheo over Farrington. But Kalaheo came out of the block so strong this year, immediately coming out and defeating Kaiser 1-0. Here comes Kalaheo coming down. This was a team that has a lot of new players over the course of this year from last year, which is not unusual. Tyler Williams, number 12, with the throw in. The box sent back, controlled by Kalaheo, controlling the early tempo of this game. That's Jonah Felipe.
Sure does. Early on in the game, I think Farrington seems to be playing a little more defensive. They don't want to give up anything too early, and no team wants to go down early in the game. So Farrington's playing pretty disciplined soccer in the sense that they're compact, keeping Kalaheo in front of them, protecting their goal, not letting an early goal go in.
Justin Tamashiro sent it to the center spot, and now back the other way. Farrington trying to mount an attack. Reese DeMello. It's Din Tai Ong, who played maybe his best game of the year. Interesting story about Tai Ong, a junior middle fielder, was kind of playing at a new level the other night and came back and David Chatterjee said, what's up with that? What's into you? He said, I got my foot stepped on. He said, well, we'll be stepping on your foot come Friday night.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. I hope they're not stepping on it too hard, though. Soccer's a game using both feet, so let's make sure that they're not hurting them. That's awesome to hear, though.
The junior, normally a very quiet, unassuming player. This is McConaughey Parker, who is a transfer from the Big Island. Number 25. Lost it high into the air, over the end line. So Kalaheo, during the regular season, 8-1-1 in the Red East, playing against top competition. And that one loss was to Kalani. So this is a team that comes in here with some lossy credentials. Normally, playing this type of schedule for a white division championship, you might be looking at a Farrington type of record, which is a good record, but maybe about as many wins as losses, and maybe even a few more losses. Oh, some good ball handling there. That's Tyler Williams dancing in along the sidelines on the cross. There's a shot on goal. That's Felipe. got it under control. This field is a little bumpy. You can see the texture of the field even from a distance, and it's been a source of concern. And quite frankly, with all of the rain that they've had over here on this side of the island, with all of the heavy play, it is combined to make last night was, you saw it, it was a mud ball.
It was a mud ball. Compared to tonight, the field seems like they've done something overnight. I'm not sure if they blew the field out to dry it up a bit, but last night was just terrible. The ball was just getting into the mud puddles, and the players couldn't do anything. The players in white looked just as dark as the players in the dark uniform.
Tyler Williams came racing in, and they nearly had an opportunity there. It got a little dangerous. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 1186, and its unionized electrical contractors are proud supporters of high school athletics and want to say good luck to all the student athletes and a big mahalo to all the coaches and other volunteers that make it happen. Jonah Felipe crossing in the middle, loaded with Farrington defenders. And we have a foul.
That's a good heading clearance by McConnell Parker. Jack, like I mentioned to you earlier, Farrington seems to be playing a little more defensive. When that cross came in, there's nothing but Farrington colors in there. Let's see here. Kalaheo forward comes flying in, trying to get ahead on it, but that's a good clearance header by McConnell Parker. Big, strong kid.
Early ball control and first to the ball. Clearly in Kalaheo's favor here with the early possession. That will be awarded to Farrington. That's Nick Vanderkamp. And Felipe has a little bit more and can get a first-hand assessment of that field condition. Felipe?
Yeah, thanks, Jack. You know, Brent and I got to see a couple games over this past week, and I think Brent will attest to that this field has been, well, for lack of a better term, horrible these last few days. The mud has been pretty much turned into sludge. So this morning, the maintenance man here that's been here since 1991 at Kaiser, Al Garcia, he spent about 2 hours this morning trying to dry up the grass. He re-watered it, added some sand, trying to make it as dry as possible. Now, for everyone at home wondering what those rings are on the field, according to Al, he said that the water pressure isn't too strong here at Kaiser. So those rings are as far as the water sprinklers can reach. So that explains the rings out onto the field. Certainly, Kaiser wishes that they could get the new field. Obviously, they would need the funding for that, and hopefully, it'll come to fruition. Back up to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Felipe. We had some serious action as John Reyes had to put his body at stake to cover up and come out and thwart this effort, because bearing down on him was Tyler Williams.
It's a great save by the goalkeeper, John Reyes. And talking to David Chatterjee, the coach of the Farrington Governors yesterday, this is John Reyes' first year as a goalkeeper. The first game of this season was the first time he's been in net, so he's definitely come around, and he's gotten 2 good saves so far in the game.
Reyes was a guy that last year was just started showing up, and then they let him scrimmage with the girls, with the girls team, just to get him some practice. He had never played soccer before. Now here he is starting in a championship game.
Yeah, you know, being a goalkeeper, Jack, is not an easy job.
Dancing in Williams. The cross. On the touch, Inagaki. And it was blocked, but a good opportunity there. Good combination. Williams and Inagaki. Back the other way. Jansen Wong is sandwiched and goes down. Watch the sequence on the replay here in the net as Williams, some good ball control and a nice feed and a quick touch and a redirect, and they nearly had something there.
It's going to take a lot for the Kalaheo Mustangs to get a goal on the Farrington Governors. They've got lots of players back there just protecting their goal. They've got a good goalkeeper in John Reyes. So let's look to see how Kalaheo is going to find a way to penetrate through that strong defense.
All Kalaheo in the early going here. awarded to the Mustangs. Already you can see the uniforms showing signs of the condition of the field. There really hasn't been any rain, but it's been kind of a heavy, damp, humid day. And look at you can only imagine that, we're only 10, 11 minutes into the game, what it's going to look like here at the 75-minute mark.
Thank goodness for the maintenance staff of Kaiser High School. They've done a good job covering up some of those heavy mud puddles.
Indirect kick here. Williams has a nice bender, and it's fielded by Reyes. Reyes towards the middle. There's the attempt on Williams. Bending around.
He hit it in the right spot, just maybe needed a little more power, a little more height to hopefully get in that top corner of the Farrington net.
That bend was all Reyes because there is very little breeze. Into the air, Jack Bell gets his first chance. As he has to out-muscle a couple of offensive-minded Governors. Headed towards the middle. Justin Weber sends it down. Inagaki trying to stop, keep it in play, keep it alive. And they are going to rule that he was not successful. Mano combat here. Some great footwork, and he nearly succeeded.
He did. He surely did. I actually thought that ball was still in play. In soccer, it's a little different from basketball and some of the other sports. The entire ball needs to go over the sideline to be out. And unlike basketball or some of those other sports, if the foot touches out. But in soccer, the entire ball needs to be over the line. Same as if it goes into the goal. The whole ball needs to cross that goal line to be counted as a goal.
Series of headers and chesting it, and actually I think that's almost preferred. You're not getting a true roll on this field right now.
You aren't, Jack, and you can see that sometimes the ball is slowing down, grabbing onto some of that mud. Other times it's skipping or hitting a bad bounce. So the players just need to adapt as the game has gone on. It's only been 15 minutes or so into the first half, so we'll give them some time to adapt to the playing conditions.
OC16 would like to recognize the provider of the OC16 trophies and plaques. Mike's Engraving and Trophies, the official trophy provider of OC16 Sports. For all your special achievements, call Mike's Engraving and Trophies at 486-5220, located behind Cutter Ford. Yeah. This is Makana Parker, midfielder, defender, a senior. Look at the early shots on goal. Speaks volumes as to who has controlled the tempo and the pace of this game thus far. Parker trying to coax and does a corner kick. Good play.
Yeah, for sure. This is a good opportunity. It's a set piece. The corner kick will allow some of the Farrington attackers or even defenders to get into the box to, take advantage of this opportunity to score. Hopefully they can get a good connection here, and let's get one in the net.
Parker with the duties, flying in and trying the header. Tamashiro, interesting guy because he's a defender, he's a sweeper, yet he is also their leading scorer during the regular season. Doesn't get that many chances, but he's a guy that when he does, cashes in.
He sure is. Just like in this corner kick, Tamashiro gets in there trying to get ahead on that corner kick, and maybe those are how he's scoring in the game. getting up on those corner kicks, on those set pieces.
At the 16th minute, first third of this first half is complete.
This week we're not blaming anything on the win so far, but the field might be a little bit of a problem tonight. Players have seemed to handle it fairly well in the early get-go, but that win last week was just too much.
Well, we also experienced the wind and the rain, and that gave an indication of some of the weather that they've been dealing with, and then you couple in all the play, and it simply creates a situation that practically no amount of expertise or maintenance is going to be able to reduce the amount of impact that this field is seeing.
Yeah, exactly. This field's had a lot of soccer over the last 3 weeks. I think they had the JV championships here, and then they had the girls soccer last week, and now this week the boys soccer. So it's taken a toll on this field.
This is Jack Bell. Yet to be heavily tested in this one.
So far, Farrington's done a good job of just not letting the Kalaheo offensive players get through. They've done a good job of equalizing Cody Inagaki. Talking to Coach David Chatterjee yesterday at the Farrington Governors, he said Cody's an awesome player, probably one of the best players he's seen in the state this year. So I'm sure the respect for him. He's told his team to take care of Cody and not let Cody get through, or not let Cody get any chances, and he hasn't had one yet. So Farrington Governors have done a solid job so far.
Towards goal, tough chance. Juggled, but held on by John Reyes.
And this is what I'm talking about. I'm sure the Farrington Governors are always aware of where Cody is. You got two defenders on there, and he's not letting him through. And here's Cody's free kick, going to go in. The Farrington goalkeeper, John Reyes, does a good job of holding on to that ball.
We saw one of those from about 40, 50 yards out last week go in.
We sure did. Same spot, same goal. Unfortunately, Cody didn't have the same luck that they had last week.
And a little tailwind that maybe kept that ball airborne last week. Justin Tamashiro. A defender forward, it might also be their best goalkeeper from what the coach was saying. He is a goaltender in club ball. Crosser and headed out of there. Good defensive play. That was Tamashiro.
That's excellent clearance. Justin was able to stick with the play. Maybe he wasn't able to get on Cody to defend, but he took care of the goal, cleared it away. Here he's not able to get to Cody, but he took care of cover back, and he cleared that ball out with a good header.
That was a good cross, too. Tyler Williams now on the set piece in the middle, headed up and over. Reese DeMello put his pumpkin on it.
He was definitely up there in the sky. He had some hops there, Jack.
Should mention Kalaheo, one of their originally scheduled starters, Keaka Farley, a defender, is out with the flu, is home, and I am sure he is watching us on OC16, and everyone sends their best, and they hope that he gets well very quickly. Both of these teams will be headed to the state tournament.
So he's got a couple of weeks to get well and hopefully join his Kalaheo Mustang teammates in the state championships in a couple of weeks.
The referee for number 22, Justin Tamashiro.
It's another opportunity for the Farrington Governors to get some players up into the offense on a set piece. might be a dangerous area if Justin Tamashiro could flight a ball behind the Kalaheo defense. There's about a 30-yard gap between them and the goalkeeper.
Tamashiro looking at the possibility of maybe continuing his playing career at Linfield College up in the Northwest. A lot of Hawaii kids find their way up there. Take a look back at 2012 as we showcase stories of selfless acts of kindness and the Aloha spirit. Kanoalehi hosts All the Things We Are, premiering Saturday, January 20th at 7:30 p.m. only on OC 16. We are scoreless.
I definitely think Justin will be able to play at Linfield. Linfield was in the same conference as I played at Whitworth University in the Northwest Conference. So Justin would be a good fit at Linfield. They've got some Hawaii players there, and they're a pretty good program, and Justin would fit right on in. It's
well,
exciting.
There's an interesting connection with Whitworth here in this game, not only in the broadcast booth with you, but the coach of Farrington, David Chatterjee, also matriculated at Whitworth. Then it was Whitworth College.
Exactly. I think when Coach David Chatterjee was there, it was Whitworth College, and I'm not saying he's older than I am, but when I graduated, it was Whitworth University, so a little bit of a change of name.
Tempo definitely in Kalaheo's favor, yet Farrington can look at the scoreboard and say, okay, nobody's got an advantage here. We just need one opportunity, and there's an opportunity there on a good maneuver, and Jansen Wong pivoted and had some pace on that one, and it was covered by Jack Bell, the goalkeeper.
That was a good shot there by Jansen Wong. Here it is. He beat one defender. He took it. Here's his half chance to strike a ball on goal, and that was a solid strike. This is why Jansen Wong was one of the keys to the game for the Farrington Governors, as he's had a hot foot, scoring 2 of his 6 goals in the playoffs. That overtime game-winning goal against Waipahu, and then again another goal against Waina in the semifinals. So Jansen Wong's one that Kalaheo is going to need to keep track of.
There's Bargio, who did not play last year because he was studying in France as an exchange student. Let's go downstairs to Felipe.
Hey, thanks, Jack. You know, in a sport like soccer, it obviously takes a total team effort. And for Kalaheo, the team doesn't just include their coaches and their families and their friends, but also their trainer, Christy Tokushige. She's played a vital part in this team's success, according to Coach Nakagawa. It's been a long and banged-up season for them, but Christy took the time to rehab these players and get them in tip-top shape as this season has gone on. And whatever injury you can think of, she's helping the team's healing process. Knee injuries, ankle sprains, muscle pulls, concussions. And because of her commitment to the team, Coach just wanted to say thank you for all her hard work. Athletic trainer Christy Tokushige.
Well, we applaud the efforts of the trainers, the managers, the assistant coaches, a lot of unsung heroes in all of these programs that, and the coaches are really encouraging us and kind of asking us, let's give some props to these people because they're big parts of these organizations and give with a lot of love and aloha.
Yeah, for sure. The countless hours the assistant coaches, the coaches put into these programs, the trainers, the athletic trainers, and even the athletic directors. The athletic trainers are key to soccer, as they're playing 3-4 nights in a row come the playoffs.
Dancing closely out of that 18-yard box, and play's getting a little more physical now. Going down hard is Thomas Shiro, and he is slow to get up. Justin Tamashiro. Saw the collision there with the goalkeeper going for the ball, and then outside of the 18-yard box, and he's fair game. And he can take a little bit more of a direct tackle, and then Tamashiro on the other end goes down. He's interested in studying to become a paramedic and Might be thinking along those lines right now, needing one.
He's a big, strong player, so I think he'll be fine. He'll fight it off. It's his senior year. He's been a 4-year starter. I think this means the world to him and his family. So let's look for Justin to have a good showing tonight, which he's had so far.
Vanderkamp, hoping to go to the Naval Academy, has received a congressional endorsement for an appointment. Saga, along the same lines, a JROTC member. A lot of the Farrington players, members of the junior ROTC program. Justin Weber. Tossing it in, trying to mount some offense, and a collision there. Kalaheo, number 5 for Farrington. Great story there. A young scholar applying to Stanford, senior class president, building a resume at a young age.
That's awesome. That's awesome to hear these young men, well-rounded men, playing soccer, doing the academics, the extracurricular.
Back the other way. Here comes the Governors, and quickly reasserting themselves. Kalaheo gaining control. In the 28th minute of the first half here, unofficially, of course. Ian Ramsden, number 4 for Kalaheo, sending it down. Along the wing, keeping it in play. Williams, their leading scorers, and Wooden off the play. Kalaheo. There's a look at Lawrence, senior defender. Ramsden.
That'll be a foul throw-in, or bad throw-in. Ball wasn't all the way over his head and didn't come all the way forward, so it'll be Farrington ball.
No score, but an entertaining first half, wouldn't you say?
It has been a pretty good game so far. Farrington and Kalaheo has been going at it both physically, and we've had a couple of good chances in front of goal, but goalkeepers have come up big so far in the game.
This has got to be a confidence builder as this game moves along. And Farrington in that game against Waianae played a brilliant second half.
I think this is a great carryover from just the entire season of Farrington. Talking to Coach David Chatterjee, he said it started from the very first game against Roosevelt as they won 3-2. He said in the history of him coaching at Farrington, they haven't won at Roosevelt. So I think that just carried momentum into the entire season, and you can see it here in the postseason.
Parker connecting in a series with Jansen Wong. Wong shot those sailed wide and long.
Johnson Wong's got a good, strong foot. He had one earlier in the game, and again, that was a display of his power and his strength. And he's kept it in frame as far as under the crossbar. He just went a little wide, but let's look for Johnson to connect one of those and really test the Kalaheo goalkeeper.
David Chatterjee looking on intently. He's a teacher. He's a Punahou grad. Just about 10 minutes remaining in this first half. Still scoreless. Wong. Opportunity here. Tyong couldn't get the ball to settle. Parker sends it back the other way. Justin Weber will do the throw-in duties. He'll need a good laundry work on both that jersey and himself.
I think we'll see that in the second game also.
Opportunity here. Out comes the goal keep. I'll tell you what, Reyes is in play there, and he clears it.
Awesome. What a great play by goalkeeper John Reyes from Farrington.
Look at how far out he ventured. But he needed to. Cody Inagaki was bearing in. Or that was Williams, rather. Tyler Williams. Following up was Vanderkamp.
Yeah, and maybe some of the viewers at home, Jack, are wondering why the goalkeeper didn't use his hands after he blocked the first shot. Once the goalkeeper leaves the penalty area, he becomes essentially like a field player. Using his hands would result in a handball and a free kick for Kalaheo. John Reyes did a great job of using his body to get that ball in.
Williams with the try, but he missed badly. We are still scoreless. Parker into Arzaga. Eric Arzaga lofts it towards the goal. But interesting, we've seen Farrington just play a little run after it.
Yep, I think that's a good idea by the Farrington Governors. They're just trying to get the ball behind the Kalaheo defense, hoping that one of their Farrington teammates can get on the end of a loose ball. It's interesting to see how the game has sort of changed a little bit on both ends. Both teams are playing defensive in the sense that they're sitting back closer to their goal, and both teams are kind of giving the midfield to the other team when they're on offense. And notice when the ball comes to the middle of the field, it's uncontested because most of their players defensively are sitting in the penalty area, making sure that no one gets through.
Nick Vanderkamp here. Throw in Chores. Trying to give it back to Vanderkamp. Hawaii's own. The Hawaii Army National Guard is on Facebook. To find out the latest news and opportunities the Guard has for you, just visit facebook.com/Hawaii National Guard. Towards the middle, Parker chests it out. Collision, no foul. Looking for a foul. And over the end line, Kalaheo is looking for a set piece, but no call. And we do have a yellow card on that collision. Parker is called. He will.
But I'm not sure.
The sidelines.
I'm not sure if that yellow card was for the foul, because it didn't seem as if McConnell Parker was in that play. And I'm not sure if he might have said something to the referee or disagreed with what the referee had called, and sometimes that results in a yellow card. But he'll be fine. He'll shake it off, get some water, and then he'll come back onto the field.
Reese DeMello from about 35 yards out, and it had some good pace, it had some good bend, and he tried to tuck it in the corner.
It's that magic spot again. The magic spot. Good try. Got that ball over the wall, but it just went over the crossbar. That was a good shot. If he could have bent that a little farther to the far post, it would have had a chance of going in.
Here comes an opportunity and a quick shot. Inagaki, and it's clear. Late pressure again by Kalaheo after early pressure. Watch again. See how close this came.
That's right over the crossbar. It's only about half a foot or so from hitting that crossbar and maybe bouncing back into a Kalaheo offensive play.
Corner kick, set piece opportunity. Cody Inagaki.
Coming in for Kalaheo, number 5.
4-year starter. Had a hat trick against McKinley in that 4-0 win.
Sure has. You know, he's a goal scorer as he's led the OIA White in goals this year.
17 total, including 4 here in the playoffs. Another opportunity. Felipe, the free kick.
It's interesting to see here. We've got 5 of the Kalaheo attackers in that penalty box, and we've got 4 on defense. Maybe Kalaheo could get a couple more guys in there to really take advantage of this chance.
There's a shot that goes just wide to the right. Had a pretty good idea, had some offensive help.
They sure did.
Making their way to hope to get a rebound.
They did. Another good, well-struck shot. Struck it just a little wide. It was out of the reach of goalkeeper John Rez, but it seemed like he had it under control and knew it was going wide.
Closing minutes of the first half. We are scoreless in this White Championship game. Hope you're enjoying this wherever you are around the 50th state or watching us in streaming video. Ridden off the play. Vanderkamp was looking for the offensive opportunity.
Kalaheo's got to look to take advantage of one of these set pieces. They've had multiple corner kicks, multiple free kicks around the penalty area. These are great chances to get a goal.
A couple of minutes left. Set piece opportunity. In the middle, trying to connect. A lot of red Farrington shirts, or maroon shirts. Trying to save it. You got maybe a little bit of an idea of the footing.
Yeah, that, and I think a little bit of exhaustion as we're near the halfway mark. We've got 2 minutes or so left on the clock.
Once again, the official clock kept on the field.
Still looking to probe the sides. Kalaheo.
I think if Farrington can stay strong through the last 2 minutes or so and not letting Kalaheo get any opportunities, going into the half 0-0, I think will be very positive for them, especially as their last meeting resulted in a 4-0 loss. So if they can go in 0-0, I think it'll be very positive for the Farrington Governors, and maybe in the next half they can push a little bit more to try and score on the Kalaheo Mustangs.
Parker sends it ahead. Back the other way, Weber sends it. Here's Felipe. Felipe dancing. Felipe looking for a shot, and it was broken up nicely by Malaoi.
Got to stay strong. Farrington Governors just got to stay strong and don't break. Kalaheo just needs to try and push. They've got just a few seconds left in the half.
On the ground danger zone, but out of there again, playing a big defensive first half is Malaoi.
It's one solid guy right in the middle of the field, not letting any of the Kalaheo balls go through or offensive players go through. It's a big, strong boy.
We're in some first half extra time here, and the official clock again is being maintained on the field. And that's, no. It sounded like that was half, but they continued to play. We heard the whistle. Nobody got the message, and they continued to play. Oh, maybe somebody, pranksters.
Yeah, I think
we've had our share of pranksters out here.
I think both teams need a break and need to regroup at halftime. Some of the players look exhausted. Most of them have played the entire first half.
And there's the official whistle signifying the end of